Are you ready to discover your next dream home just outside of Seattle? Whether you're looking for a quiet place to raise a family or a vibrant community full of activities, we've got 5 amazing suburbs that could be perfect for you. So let's dive in. Number 1 is Kirkland. Kirkland is located just northeast of Seattle, across Lake Washington and north of Bellevue. It's on Lake Washington and it has beaches, waterfront parks, condos, homes overlooking the water, multi-million-dollar homes, boating, and one of the coolest Google campuses ever. It's next to a pool. Bikini girls are walking around all summer. It's a very interesting place. But outside of downtown Kirkland, there is also a suburban charm with a lot of houses and condos that are not altogether unreasonably priced. I was looking for a client there today and I saw Kirkland homes that were running like $300,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. So you can get into the mix without breaking the bank, which is always good. There are also woodsy parks there, but I always like to go to the water, to the sun. The Lake Washington just extends out before you. You can look across the water and see the Seattle city skyline. And it's really a nice, relaxing place to go. There are a lot of shops and restaurants right there. There will be buskers out, singing music or playing their guitar and things like that. So it's a destination. They have shopping, they have waxing, they have a great transit center right there in town next to the library. And a lot of people love the condo life in downtown Kirkland because you can come down your steps and just be in a walkable neighborhood that has a lot to offer. But beyond the downtown Kirkland with the water views and the multi-million-dollar houses are more reasonably priced homes. Great school districts just a little bit further back from the water, so you don't have the glamour of just walking out your front door and being, in the mix with a coffee in your hand and a haircut, going to get your wax, going to eat at a fancy restaurant, going shopping for clothes. All of that is downtown, but there are parts of Kirkland that are not quite that hot, but still offer some really nice amenities. Location number 2 that I want to talk to you about today is Renton, which is at the south end of Lake Washington. Lake Washington is definitely a hot commodity here, and Renton used to be kind of sleepy and a little bit lower end, but it is really starting to boom. So they've built a mall down there called the Renton Landing, which is really nice and actually feels pretty upscale. They've got the Renton Boeing manufacturing plant, I guess, where they make airplanes, which is great. And then there are a lot of hotels around there. And then there's also Old Town Renton, where you can see some of the historical stuff. They have a nice water park with pools and slides outside as part of the rec center. So if you have young kids and you want to have a community place where you can go in the summer and enjoy the water, Coulon Park is one that's on Lake Washington, and this other, I'm blanking on the name, kind of place with pools and everything, is a fun little miniature, I would say a miniature Wild Waves, but it's like a Six Flags kind of with water slides and roller coasters and everything like that. This place is the local pool, but it does have stuff for kids of all ages and is a lot of fun. Renton has golf courses and a lot of shopping, and it's on 405 and I-5. So that makes it a great location from a commute perspective. You can go up around either end of the lake. So like if you work in Bellevue and your spouse works in Seattle, you can kind of split the difference. One goes in each direction, and that makes it much better. They are doing some freeway work right now, which can make the drive a little bit unpleasant, but I think they're going to be trying to bring the light rail there eventually, which should be a big plus for property values. What I have seen recently is that property values have been shooting up over the last couple years. The Eastside, Bellevue, Kirkland, Woodinville, all of those areas have been getting so popular and so expensive that there's been kind of a creep both north into Bothell and south into Renton, with property values going up and up. And it helps just make the neighborhood nicer. There's new construction going in. You can buy a pretty nice big house for about $1 million in Renton. Not cheap. There are a lot of rentals in the area as well. Like, it's not all high end. You can find something more affordable if you want to. But Renton does offer a lot of different opportunities across the price spectrum, a little bit more so than Kirkland, but it's not as historically high end. So I think there are more affordable opportunities there as well. Okay, now I'm going to say one that might make you guys mad. We are going to talk about number 3, which is Bellevue. So Bellevue is kind of the mecca, the core of the hot areas in the east side. I think that Bellevue has great schools. It has a high-rise, like skyscraper skyline. It's on Lake Washington, and it's right on 405 and I-90 and 520. So it has a lot of the same things that Seattle has historically offered, but a much stronger growth plan in terms of what they're doing to expand the city over time. And they have a much cleaner city. They're not giving away drug paraphernalia. They're not allowing, campers on the street. So it feels cleaner and safer. It has better schools, and people are paying for it. So if you want to live on the east side as compared to the west side, you're going to pay, I would say, 20 to 30% more for the home that you choose, just because it's on the east side. Like the same thing across the lake, east side is going to be more expensive. So think about that as you're looking at homes. If you want to be in Bellevue, you're going to have to settle for a more modest home, but there are modest homes still available. So if Bellevue is too expensive for you, going north, if Kirkland is too expensive for you, your next best thing is Bothell, the northeast end of Lake Washington. And this has just exploded in the last couple of years because it's kind of the intersection of the niceness of the east side with the affordability of not being so close to Bellevue. So it's up 405 a ways. It's kind of at the north end of Lake Washington. It's next to Linwood. Linwood would be considered a more affordable community because the schools are not as good there. If you don't have kids, the schools might not be as important. Linwood does have the advantage of the light rail that just got finished there, which I would think would be huge if you were commuting into Seattle. But Bothell and Linwood both have really great access because they're at the junction of 405 and I-5. You don't have to do a lot of driving on the road. You just get to the highway and boom, you're shooting into Seattle. If you're on Linwood side, you can go to the light rail. If you're on 405, the light rail's not in there right now, but they do have a toll lane, and basically you have to pay to go in these toll lanes. They have 3 free lanes and 2 that are toll. So if you don't want to pay, you have time or traffic's not that bad, you just go in the free lanes and that's fine. If you are in a big rush, maybe you're late for a job interview or time is money, or like a high paid person, you just need to shorten your commute time, then you can go in the paid lanes. And the toll that is charged actually changes depending on the time of day and how much traffic there is. So if there's no traffic on the weekend, it might be free to drive in those lanes. But if it's heavy rush hour traffic, there's an accident somewhere, everyone's going to want to go in the toll lanes. They jack up. I've seen it up to like $10 or $12. So it could be very expensive. It also charges depending on how long you're in the lanes. Are you going for just one exit? Are you going for 10 miles? Like, what's your plan? But that tracks automatically. You can get your license plate registered. You can get a little thing that goes onto the glass in your windshield. And if you have a high occupancy vehicle, which is 3 people in the vehicle or more, then you can flip the switch on there and ride for free. They are working on getting more light rail, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Based on, I haven't seen any construction for a light rail going from Bothell into Bellevue. Bothell has a really cool area called Bothell Landing. I did a video kind of walking tour like this. I'm walking around and showing the sites in Bothell. The Bothell video that I did, that's kind of the downtown where they have the new construction, the apartments, the pop-up dog park, the water. There's the Burt Gilman Trail along the Sammamish River right there. And I think they changed the name over to Sammamish River Trail around that time. But the walkable downtown is very cool, very cute, hip, trendy. I had some friends that stayed there for a year when they were moving, and they had like a cool rooftop deck and everything. But they have a lot of outdoor seating and restaurants and parking, and they're trying to encourage people to be out of their cars, walking, interacting, building the community, having that walkable downtown feel, which is really nice. And then in addition to that, there's a lot of Bothell that has a more rural feel, bigger lots, older homes, more spacious, there's a ton of like split level homes, 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, like 3 bedrooms and a kitchen and a living room upstairs and a rec room and a garage, maybe a spare bedroom downstairs. So that's a really popular model. Those are probably around $900,000 right now. It ranges depending on how nice they are and what neighborhood they're in and everything. But you can get nice homes in Bothell. You can get condos in Bothell, although not as many. You can get mobile homes in Bothell. You can get horses in Bothell. There's a little bit of everything. It's a pretty big area that spans King County and Snohomish County. So if you're looking for good schools, but you can't afford the Eastside prices, both Bothell and Renton are going to be areas that you want to look at. And area number 5 that you might want to consider is Burien, which is on the west and also south of Seattle. And it's a little bit more affordable. It's known for its diverse community and close-knit feel. With easy access to the beach, it's on Puget Sound and waterfront parks there. Residents have beautiful views, a lot of activities, an eclectic local dining scene, and just a variety of international cuisines. There are also some great schools and community events there, making it an appealing option for families looking for a welcoming neighborhood. So Burien has great access to Seattle, but because it's on the west side by Puget Sound, it's going to be hard to get into Bellevue from there. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable, then anything south of downtown Seattle is a likely place to look, and Burien is a really nice community down there. So if you are enjoying this tour of Seattle's coolest suburbs, then please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel here for more insights on living in and around Seattle. If you have questions about any of these neighborhoods, or you want to learn more about relocating to the area, drop a comment here, or else you can reach me directly through my website. Just go to homeproassociates.com, go to the contact page, and hit me up. So again, thanks so much for joining me on this exploration of 5 of Seattle's coolest suburbs. Till then, it's Emily Cressey, and I'll see you on the next video.